Example 2, the Sampson Grant family owns a home with a Bach replacement value of $220,000. So again, we're going to be using this Bach calculator table because that's the insurance. So that's always the same table we're going to be using. The home is located outside Metro Winnipeg, but within 1,000 feet of a fire hydrant. The family chooses standard insurance with a deductible of $500. Calculate the Sampson Grant family's annual insurance premium. Okay, so for us to use this table that we're looking at, we need to figure out what area. Now, it didn't say they were in Winnipeg, which again is area 1. So we have to figure out what does area 2, area 3, and area 4 mean. Well, if you look back to page 2 of this section of notes that you would have just written down, I'll just grab my paper here with it so I don't have to flip this booklet around. Okay, number 2, so again, this is just flipping back a couple pages. You're going to look under location of home. Okay, Manitoba is divided into 4 different areas of home and owner's insurance. The division varies from one insurance company to another. So here's your area. So area 1 again was Metro Winnipeg. So that's all within the city of Winnipeg in, limits. Okay, area 2 is protected homes located outside Metro Winnipeg but within 1,000 feet of a fire hydrant. Semi-protected homes located outside the areas designated in areas 1 and 2 but within 8 miles of a fire hall, so more rural areas. And unprotected homes located more than 8 miles from a fire hall. So of course, insurance is going to depend on how quickly the fire emergency crews could get to your location and if there's fire hydrants and fire halls nearby, etc. So if we take a look here, they're now outside of Metro Winnipeg, but within 1,000 feet of a hydrant. So that would be area 2. They're outside of Winnipeg, but within 1,000 feet of a fire hydrant. So we're going to look at area 2. So when we go to our table, we're looking at area 2, this column. Okay, now we want to read, was it standard or comprehensive? And if you take a look here, when we read through here, they chose a standard insurance. So that tells us we're going to look at the standard column. Okay, now deductibles for $500. So that means this is this table as is for $500. Okay, we look at the amount, $220,000. Now, when we use this table, if you take a look, we have a little bit of a problem here because it only goes up to $200,000. However, this little part here is very important. There's additional amounts per thousand coverage. So for anything above $200,000, we have to add this amount here for every 1,000. So that's what we're going to do now. So the first $200,000 in area 2 standard is $519. So let's just keep track of that. So for $200,000, we're paying $519. However, our house is more than $220,000 here. So if we take the difference, so we're going to subtract 200,000. You see there's a difference of $20,000. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is add, and I'm going to go to my table here, for this column, $2.75 for every $1,000 of coverage. So we're going to add $2.75. Oops, I put in a little extra 5 there. $2.70 here. I'm just going to rewrite that. $2.75 for every extra $1,000. So we need to figure out how many times does 1,000 go into 20,000? And when we ask those questions, we're going to think division. Okay, so 1,000 goes into 20,000 how many times? Well, let's divide to figure that out. Okay, so of course, once we do that, we're going to times that by 275. So I usually do this sort of all in one step. Okay, so you take the difference of the extra over $200,000, divide by 1,000 times $2.75. Okay, when you put that in your calculators, you're going to get $55. So that $20,000 above the $200,000 is going to cost you $55 a year. So your total insurance is going to be that $519 plus the $55. So your total insurance is $574.